Right, our last two videos we looked at. The first one we introduced some basic concepts of shift keys or shift encryption keys. Then we looked at substitute ones where we substitute different letters of the alphabet. And in the second video we looked at and we extended it in terms of an algorithm. We said, right, we'll start off with a master list of all the alphabetical characters, uppercase and lowercase, and we'll put them into a string. And then we'll start off with two blank strings called smaster1, because essentially I want to split them up. So there are 26 lowercase, 26 uppercase. So we're going to say 26 of you go there and 26 of you go there, and we'll choose them 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so the first one randomly we choose goes to S master, and then we obviously take it off the list because they can't be chosen again. And so we had this algorithm: choose a random position in the master alphabet from 1 to the current length. Well, it starts off with 52 characters. Okay, take that one and put it into S master 1, and then take another one randomly out of there and put it there. When we say take it out, we mean delete it, okay, or cut it, or as we would refer to it in word processing. And we'd carry on until we had no more characters left. In other words, until we've assigned them all. Okay, so we're going back to our team thing again. If we have 52 players and we want to fit them into teams of 26, we just go 1, 1, 1, 1, choose them randomly, and assign them like that until they were all assigned to the, okay. How do we put that in Delphi? Quite easily, because now that I've got the algorithm, that's my algorithm, was repeat until there are no more characters left in the master alphabet. Okay, but that I can do, I'll explain a little bit before the repeat loop in a second. I said repeat until the length, okay, because that tells me how many characters are in there. So I want to repeat until there are no more characters left in this master string. In other words, till each one's been pulled out and assigned to either S master 1 or S master 2. Okay, before this, I've just set up a randomize, because that resets the random number generator, so you get some more random numbers, if I can put it that way. I've just set this up as a constant. I could set, not as a constant, I've just set it up as a value. You could set it up as a constant, and I've made two empty strings to start off with, because I'm going to keep on adding to those as they grew. Remember, we started off, we added the Q, and we added the N to that one, then we added the small q randomly until we got all of them assigned. And again, you can add punctuation marks in here if you want to. So you're going to have, let's see, what are the common punctuation ones? A comma, and then you would have to add one. What else have we got? A semicolon. Always add on an even number. A full stop, a question mark, whatever you wanted to. We're not going to do that in this case, but it would make, as long as it was an even number, so we could split the two sections easily if we could do it that way. Right, so what was the first thing I did was I said choose a random position in, okay, so from 1 to its current length. So when we start off with, it starts off at 52 characters to start off with. How do I do that in Delphi? Well, there's a random range function. Okay, so the random position, I'm using a variable called irandpos, equals random range from 1 to the current length, in other words 52 at this stage to start off with. That chooses a random position in there. Then I want to take the character at that position and add it onto the first master key. So S master 1 starts off blank. Okay, started off blank. Add it on S master alphabet from that position. So if I decide 1 to 52, and I'll say, okay, random number is 34. 34, I would find the 34th character, which I'm battling to think. Let's just try and guess and say it was N, and I would take that 34th character and add it, or whatever it happened to be. Okay, so that's the first one, is adding to S master 1. So then we said it's like picking the two teams. Well, then we do the exact same thing for the next one, except we must just currently remember to take that other one out of the original master list. It can't be there anymore, okay, because we've already assigned it to somewhere else. So I simply say delete. Remember that plus sign there is not mathematical in a string. It's saying take that and add it on, pluck it on the end. Okay, pluck it there. Okay, delete, and this one says delete from the master alphabet from the random position. So let's just say you chose random position 34. It would delete the character, the single character at the 34th position. Okay, now we'd repeat that. The only difference is that instead of adding it to S master 1, I need to add it to S master 2. So it's pretty much symmetrical. I choose a random number from 1 to the length of the master alphabet. I get the character at that position. Now I know some people are going to say, but wait a bit, you can do that in one line. That's absolutely fine. Not a problem if you want to do that. You could actually do that in one line if you wanted to, by fiddling around with that. I just think it's more to go wrong, so I've just done it separately. So bottom line is choose a random position, assign it to S master 1 or 2 depending on your, and then delete it and repeat that whole process until that thing runs around. Now I've got a little Delphi program just to show you. Right, here's a little extract of the code that I've just written. It's exactly the same. You can see we randomize, just to reset our random number generator. There's my master alphabet, and I set S master 1 and S master 2 to the empty string. Please note there's no space there. It's just two blank characters together. I set up a random position, choose a random position by going from 1 to the current length of the master alphabet. I add that random character on at that position. So in other words, if I choose a 34, then that would be random position 34 with the 34th character, and I delete from the master. Then I do the same thing again. Instead, I'm adding it onto the second one. I'm adding it onto the second one. In other words, S master 2 over there. Okay, so S master 2 over there, and then I delete the character each time. So I do the same thing for both. With the one I assign to S master 1 and the other character I assign to S master 2. Okay, and we repeat that whole thing until the length of the alphabet is equal to 0. Okay, and I just, to prove that it actually, or check that it is working, I've just put two quick show messages in to show S master 1 and S master 2. Let's just quickly check that. Okay, and there is S master 1. Okay, hopefully we should be able to go and count. There should be 26 characters in there. I could have printed out the length of it, and the other 26 characters should be in S master 2, which should pop up now. Okay, and so they are. And every time I run it, okay, every time I run it, I will have the same thing happening each time. Okay, pardon me, I've just been testing some other stuff as well, but